next episode of Skiff Basics. Today we're talking about trapezing. So first of all, looking at the harness, what's comfortable, what works, then getting on the water and talking about the techniques that you'll need to be confident and comfortable from the wire. So first of all, looking at harness, I've got this simple nappy harness. There's a few things to note about the fit. First of all, it should be reasonably tight around the waist, because you're going to want most of your weight to be transferred through the straps. Secondly, the shoulder straps. These should be done up reasonably tight, so that when you stand up tall and push your shoulders back, you can feel tension. But you should never do up the strap so tight that it's squashing you around on shore. On the water, you want to be able to fully extend your body, push back into the straps and my back support, but have most of the weight going through the hook and through the waist. Right, onto the water.
So why trapeze? Dinghies use crew weight for righting moment, and a trapeze allows more righting moment by moving crew weight further from the centreline, without the weight penalty of a beamier hull. More righting moment with no extra weight equals faster boats. This is why most skiffs use the trapeze system. Trapezing is therefore a key skill for any skiff sailor, with top sailors able to confidently move from wire to wire whilst also multitasking the steering and sail trim. When learning, first set your trapeze ring height so it just clips into your hook while sat on the side. The best scenario for learning to trapeze is as a crew with a competent helm. In the absence of a competent helm, have the helm sit on the side of the boat, firmly planting the tiller extension on the deck to avoid unwanted tiller movements. Switch around positions until both crew members are comfortable moving in and out on the trapeze. Hooking on in the waist while sat on the side, then pushing out with the legs, holding the trapeze hoop firmly onto the hook. Moving in, put your front hand up to the handle, bend the legs and step in. Put a hand down on the side if you need to for balance. Once both crew members are happy moving out onto trapeze, the next step is to introduce sheet handling into the equation. Here the crew's taking the spinnaker sheet with them. As they're moving out on the wire, they're playing out the spinnaker sheet so not to oversheet the kite. See how they hook on and ease the sheet in conjunction with moving out. Take your time with these manoeuvres and get comfortable moving in and out whilst playing the sheet. Keep the helm seated and the tiller extension firmly planted to provide a smooth ride for the person learning to trapeze. As you move in, you'll have to reverse this process, walking yourself back down the sheet. You may need to clamp the sheet against the trapeze handle as you do so. Try and focus on maintaining the proper sheet tension as you move into the boat. Next we'll talk about the difficult skill of getting out on the trapeze while steering. But first, if you are finding this video helpful, then please drop a like. You can also help by spreading the word and sharing it with other sailors who you know might benefit. Okay, next up is moving in and out while steering, and this is where things can get very tricky. Have the crew stay in the boat and the helm move in and out. Focus on keeping a very light grip on the tiller extension. This point cannot be overstated. The effect of tiller movements on balance are exaggerated as you move away from the centreline. Slide your hand along the extension as you move out, without creating any large tiller inputs. Sudden steering movements at this point will cause you to lose balance, grab hold of the tiller extension even harder and steer even more viciously, leading to a negative feedback loop. Practice hooking on the side of the boat. If your trapeze lines are slightly longer, you can always take up the slack by pulling the handle out to the side. Once you're confident moving in and out whilst keeping tiller movements to a minimum, the next step is to move in and out with the crew already on the wire. Hopefully the crew is confident by this point taking the main sheet. Have the crew go out on the wire first and have the helm move in and out to join them, practicing keeping the steering steady, the tiller extension planted and not wiggling too much. You're now ready to tackle manoeuvres. Have the helm sit down. After each manoeuvre, let the crew move out again, thinking about their sheeting as they move out, and then the helm come out and join them once the boat's steady. By far the hardest skills of learning trapeze is the process of moving yourself in and out off the wire. So break these steps down and practice them in isolation. Consistent execution of these skills will allow you to flow them into manoeuvres. This should be enough for you to access the top half of most domestic skiff fleets. When out on the wire, focus on getting your head as far away from the centreline as possible, stretching out through your toes and pushing your shoulders back into the straps. An often seen beginner mistake is to trapeze too high. This is often done because of a fear of dunking, but can be very uncomfortable as it puts more weight through the crotch of your harness rather than the straps and the waist. It also renders you slow to react to gusts as you'll have to raise or drop yourself on the trapeze adjuster. Instead, trapeze lower and squat or extend the legs, ankles, knees and hips to react to changes in the wind speed. This video has been produced with the support of Lennon Racewear. If you've enjoyed this content, you will likely enjoy their performance dinghy clothing. Links to all the kit you see in this video are provided in the description below. Go check it out. As ever, thanks for watching this Skiff Basics video. A link to the series playlist should appear on the screen now. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for future episodes on some basic skiff manoeuvres.